Hey, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Appreciate it as always. Throw us a thumbs up. Leave us a comment if you're watching this on replay, or join us in the chat if you are live. And just share it around. Appreciate it. It all helps us out. Just helps get us out there to more people that love racing on Zwift. Having a good time. Hopefully you have had a good week. Hopefully you've had a better week than I have. We're just dealing with the aftermath of a massive storm. We got pounded with hail, broke all the fence in my roof. Hopefully I will have the roofer out here on Wednesday, and hopefully, keep my fingers crossed, there's no rain until that point, because I got massive holes in my roof. And get that repaired, and then I guess cry a little because it's not going to be inexpensive, but could be worse. A lot of people got really badly damaged in the storm. Siding looks like Swiss cheese. Some people that had skylights, those busted out and completely flooded their homes, and it's terrible. It's sadly something that happens more frequently than we would ever want to see on a regular basis, but I guess that's just where we live. You know, it could be much worse. So thankfully nobody hurt, you know, all the animals safe, all that kind of stuff. So just gotta clean things up. I have a giant pine tree, or had a giant pine tree that just got shredded, and I filled basically those giant bins with all the branches that came out, and stuff and leaves and everything. It just kind of tore everything to shreds. So that's just how those things roll. So like I said, hopefully I had a better weekend than that. Been looking at the ZRacing stuff. Weirdly enough, it showed my scores going down last race. If I look at my ZRacing score, it's still the same, but it shows it lower in the activities. So we're either 740 or 730. Again, this is another punchy, climby race. So it's gonna be a tough one. This is 4 laps of climbing and then down. Speaking of which, I think we're actually going to potentially switch bikes here. What am I using? You know, the DT Swiss and the Scott Addict, it's just a good combo, I think. I don't know, maybe Tron, I don't know. What do you guys think? We'll stay on the Scott for now. I just kind of let the pace partner disappear. So we'll get back to him. Get warmed up. We got like 20 minutes before the actual official race starts. As you can see, is there no, this is the good thing here. The bot's there, The initial one didn't take. Every once in a while, the bot decides to take a holiday and log itself out, so every stream I kind of see what's going on. Anyways, as far as things go, to gain points in the stream here, which you can use for redeemables, for everything from Alley to grandmothers to tricycles, and all you have to do is exclamation points to see how many points you have. Ultimately, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel. You'll get a whole whack of points for that. And then if you watch the stream and participate in chat, you get points for the time that you spend in there, and they are added automatically. So during the race, in a race like today, where I absolutely will likely get dropped on a climb, you can all of a sudden throw out a grandmother or a tricycle and add insult to injury and hurt my feelings even more deeply than the riders that are beating me because they're just simply better than I am. Or if you want to cheer me on and try to pick me up, there's Alley, as well as Cowbell and more Cowbell. I'll see those pop up and give me that little maybe extra push that stops me from getting dropped right away. So gonna be fun. We had a good rest day. I'm a bit stiff from weights this morning. Had 2 light workout weeks with the weights. So light workout week for me is 3 days in a week. So I had 2 weeks of 3 days. Riding was a little lighter last week as well. So hopefully gained a little bit of recovery. When I say lighter, it just means I took Sunday off, which I normally don't, but I was feeling it. Saturday was a VO2 max workout, which probably took a little more out of me than I initially anticipated it would. So we just took the day, and then this morning back in the gym, does drafting uphill matter? It does to a point. So what are we on, a 4% climb here, Frank? Or 3%? And we got about a 3% draft. Actually, if I just turn off the HUD here and turn on my own HUD, you will see that number in the middle, that 2. So it's currently saving me a whole 2 watts drafting up this hill at 3%. So it can make a difference on a course like today, which is Rooftop Rendezvous. And there are a couple sections that kind of flatten out along the way for a second. And that's where the draft will matter. I mean, anything that you're not burning is just going to simply help you at the end of the day. It's is how that's going to work. So it does matter, but I mean, truth of the matter is if you don't have the power, you don't have the power. But every little bit can save yourself. The interesting part about this is the climbers are really going to have to drop people if they can, because, and that makes me think, now that I'm going to say what I'm about to say, that I am going to switch to the Tron bike, because it is probably just a little bit faster on the downhills, is those downhill descents, like the finish is a downhill kind of sprint, so it's going to be super fast. So people are going to go from very long out, and the speed's going to be high. And it's going to be hard if you let people go too far to sort of track them down. So let's go to the garage here. And we're going to switch to the Tron bike. Initially I was thinking Addict RC, but maybe, I don't know. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to stay Addict RC. It's going to give me, I think, a little bit better climb on the hill. I almost thought about just going with a climbing bike and then just let my weight take care of, and gravity take care of things. But at the end of the day, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We're just going to lightly spin this guy going in. So somebody said there was a new patch that they've redone a bunch of roads. I don't know if it looks any different to me, or maybe it's specific to maps. I'm not 100% sure, but looks like the same old Zwift. We have 14 minutes to go, and about 4 minutes here we'll jump in the pen. I don't think there is a huge group for this race signed up so far. I don't think. We shall check it out. When I looked, there wasn't a ton when I signed up, but that always changes. Yeah, so the interesting thing is, with the way they've split up these categories, a lot of the people that I used to race against and would still beat me are in the category below. And I am thrown in this very violent B category because those of you who watch the stream a lot, I am a mid C at best. So we'll see. Yeah, they're all B's. Oh, there's a couple C's. I might have a couple friends. But again, it's a climbing course, so your friends are only really good on the downhill and the flats. Climbing, as Frank alluded to, draft. There is draft, but if you can't keep up, you know, sometimes that 5 to 10 watts will make a difference, but it's not going to save your bacon. Or it's not going to save mine. I'm just too big for that. But that's okay. We're okay with that. Oh. I tell you, if they really want to punish us next month, what they're going to do is make that like pure climbing, not just punchy climbing. I'd like to see a crit series next week, or next series, all crit tracks. Crit tracks, lots of laps. I think that'd be fun. I think I'll still get stomped. Like, hey, Hard Claws, thank you so much for the raid, my dude. Appreciate it. Thank you so much, my man. We're just chilling out before we get punished in this race with a bunch of guys from Cat B. And me being a lowly C. It's going to be ugly. There'll be some foul language, lots of sweating, and probably heavy breathing. And that you don't have to pay extra for. It's just part of the deal. Yeah, it's funny. Like I was saying earlier, my Zwift score after last week's catastrophe of, I will say this, I am so dangerously close at finishing last that it's a real possibility. And I don't know if my ego could take that, like dead last. It's a possibility. I am currently racing not to be dead last. But, you know, it's making me stronger. We're hanging on for longer. We're having fun. It's all that matters. But it said my score went down to 430. When I looked at my actual profile, I'm still at 440. So I don't know. I've heard some people saying you can't move down, which is terrible because I will be beaten to death for the next however long until, I don't know, I don't eat tacos on Tuesday or something and, you know, drop 10 pounds or something like that. Or, you know, stop with the weightlifting and lose some muscle mass, or I don't know. Or, you know, they'll fix it and then we'll be fine. But it's interesting because when I looked prior to, there was, I think, like 30 some people in the category below, with a lot of people that I normally race with on the Tuesdays the Mondays. And in this category, and we'll see here in a second when we join, there was like 9 people signed up. 9. We've got 5. And you know, I'm going to say this because jokingly I say I'm dangerously close to finishing dead last. That's out of like 30 people, 40 people. Of 5, with most of them being Bs, I think it's a real reality. It just might be that ugly. But we got 4 laps of climbing. We've got a grand total of 251 meters, which is a good chunk. It's we're gonna hold on for as long as we can, and we're gonna pray for the best. I know I'm full of optimism today. But it's good. I took, I'm treating this like a crit race day. I am full with beet juice. So I've done the beet juice thing, which usually helps me for the first little bit. Just that little burst of energy. I am a full, complete day off the bike yesterday. So no weights yesterday, no riding yesterday. It was a complete rest day. This morning, obviously, I was in the gym at 5 a.m. doing my thing, and it was chest and arms, so I'm feeling tight. I actually still feel my back from a back workout last week, which is crazy, but here we are, and we're gonna give it our best shot. It'll be good entertainment. It's weird because that camera, the way it was kind of moving there, I was like moving on the bike, but the camera's kind of moving. That's kind of weird. All right, Hard Claws. Hopefully you had a good ride, my dude. Enjoy that shower. I know it's always nice to get that refreshing water on your face after a nice hard workout. Appreciate the raid, buddy. You take her easy. Okay, 6 minutes, 20 seconds. Are we going to stick with a Scott, or should we go Tron bike? I really don't know. There's 6 people. Good God. I mean, let's be honest. There's 7 people. At this point, we can predict maybe a top 10 finish. But I don't know, man. It's weird. It's so weird. Like, it's funny because I talk about this time slot and the people that race here, the people like Peter and George and all the people that have jumped in this time slot to race. And it's just, you know, fun, easy. Everybody, like, it's in here. General Elost, all these guys that There are other streamers, other YouTubers. They all have great channels in their own rights. Jump in and race every once in a while. Peter was dominating this thing. Then they changed to the Zwift score. And obviously the group split. I think we have determined that I have been punished ultimately for my lower end power or shorter power. What cat am I in? I am cat C, but this is Zwift-power, what is it, 415 to 5 whatever. So everybody in here is pretty much cat B, gents, minus a couple. So I would say we're probably at best half and half, but it's more likely a heavy B category. And it's climbing. So me being a short distance power guy, you kind of get what you get here. I mean, I love it. I love having a weakness and having to work on it, and I definitely have to work on this for sure. It's going to get pushed. If this goes out super fast, it's going to be crazy too, because it's the lead-in's pretty flat. Then you'll hit the climb, and it's what? Probably 60 meters, I think, every lap is kind of the deal. Then you get to rest on the downhill, and the finish is at the bottom, and then you're up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. I think the finish is at the bottom. Pretty positive it's at the bottom. So it's going to be, I just won the race that started 2 hours ago. Oh, nice. Congratulations. It was my first race. Even better. Hey, I am on such the dry spell. It is unreal. I think my last win was back in May, maybe. But it was a crit, so that plays to my strengths. But congratulations, that's awesome. That is always a fantastic feeling. You got a couple guys on Trek's Tron. I don't know. Do I run the Tron bike? Do I stick with the Scott? It's such a tough choice. Like I said, I think I need the help up more than I do down, so. It's going to be a fun affair. Let's turn off the regular HUD. Got 2 minutes to launch. We got 12, so even my top 10 isn't guaranteed. Yeah, we're at 415 to 525. If I'm to go by the score of my last result, I'm at 430, so I'm like right at the bottom of this group. Closed a 22-second gap on the ascent. Sprinted with a group of 3, won by 0.09 seconds. Beautiful. And that's a lot of work, because that downhill, like, even if you're light, I mean, you will be slower on the downhill, but it's hard to catch people if they're going to push. Like, that's a tough sprint. Guys are going from a ways out in the sprint. Because the thing is even if you gas, you got a lot of momentum with you, but it's just kind of wild how fast you got to sprint to gain that like tiny little bit. Well, 14. Again, last race we were dangerously close to being dead ass last, and it could be a reality at some point here, especially with a smaller field. Last race we had, what, 30, 35 guys. we were okay. But this is a field of 16 and a lot of Bs. So I have to be careful. I have to kind of monitor where I'm at. And at the end of the day, know when to like kind of ease off just so I don't blow up. $600, it's a long sprint. Whew. Ah. Whew. Oh. Yeah, no more gas. Oh my God. Holy shit. Oh. Whew. Oh my God. Oh, I can't even get the super tuck. Oh my God. Oh, that was terrible. That was awful. I feel awful. This is where the last sprint finally is, if you're actually competitive in this race. Kind of last 500 meters, 600 meters. And I mean, it's so fast through here. Oh, I do have a fan blowing on me, man. It's whew. Well, considering I thought I'd get dropped in the first lap, I'm not too upset. I mean, I'm also not, I don't think dead ass last. I'll be close. Again, how you doing, B-Dub? Oh, I mean, I'm happy with those power numbers. I mean, for me, that's not bad. It's not bad. But like I said to the beginning of the stream, is because of the sheer number of Bs in here, and just any Bs at all, they're going to push the pace. So the stronger Cs, they'll hang on potentially for the whole race. A mid-pack to low C like myself, who is somehow in this category, it's just a matter of when I die. When my heart rate gets to about 158 for a sustained period, it's that's kind of it. Like, I don't, like, when I'm full out sprinting, I'll maybe top out at 172, but that's like full anaerobic sprint at the end of the day. Oh, I tell you, man, I tell you. Crazy. So 3.0.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
As always, Joe, extremely disappointed with the result. Hey, Darren, how's it going? Just in time to see the bitter agony of defeat. Although I will say, I didn't feel like as a mid-C. Oh man, no way. Damn. I hope that ever gets resolved soon, my dude. Hope that gets resolved soon. Yeah, with the top guy at 3.8, like we're not competing with that. Like it's just, and granted, he's a light guy and he's a climber, so I mean that's what this month is. If you're in the lighter category / climber, you're probably gonna like these races. Big guy like me, not so much. First couple laps when we were with the group, the descent was great. Like managed to get the super tuck. I think that's, I can't do it without the group, but good enough. Got some recovery in. I think that helped us stay in for lap 2 and a good chunk of lap 3. Appreciate that, Darren. Appreciate it. Yeah. It went well for the first bit. But I only have so much gas in the tank, and I could feel it. Like honestly, I could feel it in the first lap. I'm very happy how far we went. Good with the power numbers being 3.0 for 20 minutes. My overall obviously drops down the moment that we drop out of the pack. It's we're cooked. So yeah, we're slowly getting there. Like we're doing. For those of you who watch me on an ongoing basis will know that I'm doing the trainer road riding plan. I'm doing the master's plan because of low volume and I'm old. So it's perfect for old dudes like me. But yeah, it's I'm just not a climber. Like my sprint is getting there outside. It's definitely he'll actually be this week's vlog, if you guys will be out on Wednesday, and it's the Canmore Crit. I was out there with Way Past Fast. No sort of spoilers, but Way Past Fast is a very, very strong, fast rider. We went to the Crit out there. I'll leave that all in there, and then we went for a big road ride in the mountains afterwards. And he's on Bicky, which is a Bicky Sport team here, and man is amazingly strong. But it's nice when we were riding. Like obviously he's way stronger than me, but he's very complimentary of my kick. Power-ups. So power-ups for this race are feathers. Every lap at the top you'll get a feather. Because I have the custom HUD, this HUD here, it doesn't show the power-ups. Not that I'm ever concerned about that because I'm not in a position where a lot of people will hide that. You'll see a lot of streamers, they'll put a circle or their logo over top of that because they're worried about people seeing and stream sniping and knowing, kind of losing the advantage of what power-up they have or if they've used it or whatever. Just because I have a custom HUD, it removes that anyways. So yeah, I can toggle that on and off. I still have the regular Zwift hub, but at the end of the day, me personally, I'm not worried about it if somebody sees what power up I have. But they're feathers all the way through. The only issue with doing it the way that I do it is that when you turn off the Zwift HUD, you also don't see when people are using power-ups. So it's a bit of a disadvantage as well. As much as it is it's not much of an advantage for you other than if somebody's watching your stream and racing against you, which I don't know, anybody would do that unless they're like ultra competitive, and if you're ultra competitive, but you can't see other people's power-ups go, so a lot of times you will see them dump, which is, it's advantageous to kind of know how many people have their power-ups left, or if everybody drops them at the same time, you can make that decision to save them and so on and so forth. I'm not terribly worried about it because honestly, racing in the real world, like, you don't know. You read some body language, you can tell how many people are kind of gassed and all that kind of stuff, but at the end of the day, it's it's not going to make a difference for me. I got to look down. I got to make sure that. Okay, whew. So it's now official. We did not finish dead ass last. We are second dead ass last. So we are on the podium of the other end. Second spot to the bottom. I'll take that. I'll quite happily take that. But yeah, it's an interesting time. The new mobile app is here. I'm looking for somebody to raid on Zwift. Let's see if there's any Zwift guys right now. Wow. There's nobody Zwifting. That's amazing. Wow, there's nobody on Twitch Zwifting right now. All right, so Twitch guys, no raid. Sorry, guys. We're just going to leave you here. But at the end of the day, I appreciate you guys dropping in. Frank, Darren, Mark Rides Bikes, Jans, all you guys, appreciate you watching the stream, joining in, cheering me on, all that kind of stuff. We stream same time every week, so we'll be back again next week when winter comes. We'll start streaming probably twice a week once the snow starts flying. There will be a couple weeks off. By the looks of things, I am potentially going to Malaysia and Singapore for a little while. So I'll let you know sort of closer to that. You'll realize that you still see that Monday stream that I will be in Southeast Asia. So it'll be a good time. But I'll be streaming up. It's we've still got that'll be like November, December. So probably that I will be off to Asia to do some stuff. So that'll be fun. But in the meantime, we will be training on Trainer Road, doing this stuff. Like I said, Wednesday's video, take a watch of that. You get to watch the Canmore Crit and Way Past Fast and my little adventure in the mountains here. And I will. If you go back into my archives, Darren, I actually have a whole vlog series on, it's a very similar trip to what I'll be doing when I went to Singapore and Malaysia last time. And what I did there and why I was there and all that kind of stuff. I won't spoil for you. You can search for it. And I have another one actually where I go to Japan. So I've got a couple of vlogs. I go there. Japan, I go with my wife. So it was that was very much a holiday. Holiday all the way through. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I enjoy my time in Malaysia and Singapore, and the people that I get to associate there are very cool, and also the food. Oh my God, the food is amazing. I haven't had durian in a long time. If you've ever had durian, it's great stuff, kind of like a custardy fruit. Not the most pleasant smelling. Later, towards the end of the year, is basically going. It's in association with some stuff with Shaolin. So for those of you who don't know, I've done martial arts my entire life. I was on the Canadian national team from 2007 to 2013. So I have a long history of full contact fighting and martial arts. I've also coached boxing and all that kind of stuff. So, but there you go. Yeah, Japan's amazing. I want to go back. I was looking at it because there were some cheap flights to Japan at one point. And then this kind of popped up, so we might be doing the Malaysia Singapore thing again. But like I said, you can watch the old vlogs, go back and check those out because they were quite fun. It was an amazing trip. This one might not be as eventful as the last one, but amazing stuff. But anyways, appreciate it, guys. I will catch y'all later. Have some great rides this week, and until next time, see you.